Hello everyone, welcome back. I want to talk to you guys about this jam that I had been getting on my Ruger Mark III. I'm going to give you guys a close-up of it. Actually, let me put a light on it just in case you guys can't see it. Okay, and what's happening there is you have an empty case trying to eject, and then you have a round that's trying to feed, and basically the rims are getting locked up, and then you have that guide bar that's on that that spring guide bar that's on top of the at the top over there, and that's also trapping the rim. So basically the rim of the ejecting round is getting trapped from the top and the bottom, and basically the only way to get this unjammed is to lock it open and take out the magazine and then shake everything loose. Okay, so I'm going to call this the crossed cartridge jam. I tried to research it and I really couldn't find any references to it. So that's why I'm making this video. I'm thinking that will be useful to a lot of people. And the solution to this is to change the extractor. Okay, now, when this first started happening, I was thinking that maybe the gun was just dirty, so I took it apart and I cleaned it. And then when I opened it up and I looked at the extractor, I saw that the extractor looked pretty good. I mean, the claw was pretty sharp, pointy. So I didn't think that I needed to change that. But then I started shooting it again, and I saw that I was still getting these jams. Now, initially, now mind you, both these guns have about 100,000 rounds on them, so it took a while for that extractor to get worn out. Initially what was happening is that on this gun, I was getting that jam maybe once every 100 rounds, which is kind of where this one is still at. I actually have an extractor on order for this one. This one, which I've already changed, this one initially was doing it maybe once every 50 rounds, then started doing it once every 20 rounds, and then lately was doing it once every 10 rounds. So at that point, I really had to figure out what was going on. So I wasn't sure. Like I said, when I looked at the extractor, it looked good. When I cleaned it, then I got on the Ruger Facebook group, and I posted some pictures of this jam, and a few people said change the extractor. And like I said, the extractor looked good to me, so I said, what do I got to lose? I called up Ruger, told them to send me a new extractor. They did, no charge. And what happened is I took the gun apart, took the extractor out of the bolt, and then when I compared it side by side, the old extractor with the new extractor, like I suspected, the hook was not worn out. Okay, the hook, the claw, looked pretty good. But when I looked at the body of the extractor, right, because you have like the hook over here, right, it looks something like this, and then you have this body over here, and that basically goes in and out. Well, what happened is this piece here had gotten worn out almost like the edge of a knife. Like it basically had worn out on both sides, and I suspect because it was worn out, basically wore out against the bolt. I'm suspecting that there was some side-to-side play inside the bolt, and that was the problem. And you can't see this by looking at the bolt from the outside. But you have to you have to take the extractor out of the bolt to look at it to know that the extractor is worn in that way. Okay, but if you do that, you'll see that the inside that inside edge is kind of worn out like the edge of a knife on both sides. And taking the extractor out of the bolt, I mean, it can be a little difficult. I had to use a pick, an angled pick. I found a couple of videos on the internet on how to do that. Taking it out is kind of difficult. Putting it back in is pretty easy though, but well worth the trouble. So basically, if you guys encounter this problem, and like I said, I'm going to call it the cross cartridge jam. I have not seen any references on the internet anywhere to this type of a jam, and it's really unique to the Ruger Mark III and maybe the Mark IV, because basically you have that guide rod, that spring guide rod at the top over here, which other guns don't have. So that's kind of necessary, you know, for this jam to have. You need that guide rod, and also you need a rimmed cartridge in order to get this specific jam. So it's very specific to this design of a gun. But thanks for watching. You know, give the video a thumbs up. I'll talk to you guys next time.